is up? My bagel.
What's up? What up, pizza?
How goes it?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Good.
Good. Another beautiful day here.
Show is.
Cleveland, Ohio. Gorgeous outside. What's up, Tommy boy?
What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's
Tommy
up?
boy.
So before we get into whatever we might get into for today, I do want to share possibly one of the greatest conversations of all time I was just made privy to at the bar.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to set up the scene for you. So this is at the Richland. There's two random dudes sitting next to each other, and then all the way at the end of the other side of the bar, there's two dudes that I sort of know. And I'm in the middle of all that because I'm writing, just doing my shit.
Sure.
The two guys that are close to the door, one of them is significantly hammered, the other one not so much. And it seemed like, from my read on it, that they had just become friends today. Okay?
Okay.
And the one guy who's really drunk is the obvious, when he gets drunk, he one-ups everything, like he can do anything better than you.
Oh, yeah.
And he's having a conversation. They're talking, and I'm just like not even trying to pay attention, but overhearing. And he's talking about how he's got, like, the other guy that's the more sober one is saying that he's like lactose intolerant. And this guy's like, dude, that's all mental, man. He's like, if you concentrate, you can get right over that shit.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
fuck off.
So, like allergies are made up, and you can just work your way out of it. And he's talking about stuff like that. He's like, he says these words. He says, I have ultimate control of my body. And I'm like, all right, I'm moderately interested now to see where this is going.
So does that mean like that you just were born without like being lactose or whatever
saying,
other things are that give you diarrhea for eating?
Like he was saying that peanut allergies, like it's just a mental state. Like if you concentrate at it, you won't be allergic to peanuts anymore.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing is wrong, but I'm not a doctor. But now I'm like kind of listening because he's like, I have ultimate control of my body. And I'm like, okay, I'm one ear.
You have my attention.
Into this conversation. And so he's like, yeah, dude, ultimate control. He's like honestly, I could jerk myself off right here at the bar. Nobody would notice. He's like, right through my pants. Nobody would even notice. He's like, I can just focus and make myself come.
You should have yelled, prove it.
No, I you know what? I was so excited and interested. I did yell. but he was like, I could focus and just make myself come. And I was like, what, right in your pants? And you're just going to have a pant load of jizz in your pants? And that's what I yelled because I just didn't have control of my body at that point. I just had to yell that question. And then my buddy that I sort of know all the way down the bar, Ben, he just goes, Cone. And I'm like, what? And he goes, if I buy a shot for you and your new friend Jizzy Gillespie, will you two shut the fuck up? And I was dying. I'm like, I'll take that shot. And that's the funniest thing I've heard in my fucking life. You and your new friend Jizzy Gillespie shut the fuck up for a shot. But yeah, that's what we're talking about at the bar.
And so no one was like, told him to fucking.
Nope.
Oh, dude. I would have been like, I will buy you a shot to shut the fuck up and let me try to get this dude to come by himself.
Exactly right.
I want this guy to walk around with the load in his pants.
You know what's funny is it only got more annoying with the clientele after that.
Well, I'm sure.
That was the most fun the bar was while I was there. After that, it just got worse. But yeah, that was my fun experience, and I will never forget Jizzy Gillespie. So, Ben, if you're listening, I appreciate you, brother. That was fucking awesome.
Jizzy Gillespie.
So good to have funny friends. What about you? What do you got going on?
So a few things before we fall into the show. This past weekend, spent the night at the Buffalo Bill House.
Yeah, dude, I saw pictures. That looked awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. So basically, it's where they shot all of Buffalo Bill's scenes, like in that house. So they turned it into like a full Airbnb. Yeah. So the house is completely fucking decked out. It's fucking awesome. I thought it was gonna be really cheesy, but it was really fucking cool.
The whole thing. I mean, like the sign outside, like the for sale sign or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, everything about it was super on point from the pictures you posted.
It was fucking awesome. Even to the point where, like, in the basement, like, as soon as you open up the door and start walking down, there's like a motion detector. And it starts playing Goodbye Horses.
I was going to ask you if that was motion sensor. Because it started playing, and I was like, oh, you're just playing it on your phone. But then somebody was like, did you play that on your phone? Because it was like a reel that I think Toomey posted.
Well, yeah, I was going to show you guys because I was going to play that.
So dope, dude.
But yeah, so basically, so it just played like automatically where like his whole setup is with like the mannequins and the wigs and the mirror and all that.
That's amazing.
And then if you were to walk around the corner, there's where the well is, and when you open up the door, another motion sensor goes off, and it's just playing the audio from the scene where he's like, put the fucking lotion on the skin.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was very fucking cool. So while we were there, and here, I guess I want to show you guys. I don't know, you said you already might have saw this?
Yeah, I might have.
Or Tommy, you going to take a peek at this?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
But this is basically... this is basically, so in the area, they did have like the robe and like the wig that you can put on. So of course, I had to put it on and do the whole like wiener tuck thing.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah. So here, sometime if you can see this.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, this is amazing.
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard.
Oh my god,
that's absolutely perfect.
This is fantastic. I can't wait till we can actually post this video as part of it. Oh my god. Full Monty, people.
Oh, yeah. And then just comes around here and then get like the shot and then...
Okay, I definitely did not see this part of the video.
Yeah.
Maybe we can't post that.
not that any of that is new to me to have seen, but I did not see that that whole part of the video.
So I thought that was fucking hysterical. I was like, I cannot wait to show you boys. Like, that was like super funny.
Yeah. I remember, do you remember when you showed Jen your 69 Boys tattoo?
Oh, yeah.
We were at like around the corner or something.
I think so.
Weird, like outdoor.
Oh yeah, it was around the corner. It's like we're on the back patio.
I don't know what we were there for, but it just somehow came up, and you were like, "Oh yeah, there's fucking bloop, ass cheeks out." And then I think who else was there? Was it Toomey or Rybo or who else?
Toomey has one, so he was probably him too.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it was just a bunch of 69 Boys butt cheeks out.
Yeah.
And my wife, who's like seen 5 tattoos in her life and 4 of them are mine, is just like, "What the fuck is with your life and your friends?"
Yeah. 69 Boys on the butt cheek.
Yep.
So besides that, I did want to talk about, one of my buddies, Hefe, has recently become like a new listener. So he's started from episode 1 and he's been like working his way up. The funny thing is he's been like texting me each morning and being like, "Fuck you for like saying this," and tell the bagel, "Fuck you for saying this." He's like,
yeah, retroactive anger. I love it.
Yeah, he's like, "Fuck you. You don't like pickles on your sandwich? Like, you fucking suck, dude."
Episode 4, tell him to go fuck himself.
Yeah,
awesome.
and he's basically like, and you've created a monster. He's like, I can't text like Bobby Lee or Shane Gillis. He's like, so you're my only outlet. I'm gonna fucking harass you. All this. It's so funny. So he was like, the one thing he did mention though is to let you know, because I think in the 90s episode we were talking about the jeans, and I said they're called Jinko, and you said they're called Junko. He wanted to specify that it is pronounced Jinko because JN is standing for jeans and CO is for company, so it's Jean Company.
So why isn't it Jinko?
It is.
No, it's not.
Jinko.
It sounds like you're saying Jinko.
No, Jinko.
No, that's not right.
Jinko.
No.
But you're just basically, the way that you're pronouncing it is like just the letter G and then CO. Like Jinko. I don't know. Jinko.
I'm disagreeing with you.
That's JN for jeans, CO for company. Jinko.
Fine. You just said Jinko, by the way, not Jinko.
Jinko.
You're saying Jinko.
No, I'm saying Jinko.
No,
like
you're
jean,
not.
like the jeans.
It's not Jinko.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Jinko.
It's Jinko, and no, it isn't.
Fine, whatever you say.
Junko. Those are
You're
Junko
wrong.
jeans. Okay.
What Junko? How do you get Junko?
How do you get Jinko?
Jeans.
So
it's jeans company.
Equals
Jinko.
Jin. Equals Jinko.
Jinko.
Jinko. Jinko.
Jinko.
You're an idiot.
You're an
saying
idiot.
Jin.
No, I'm not saying gin.
Yes, you are.
I'm not saying
He's just saying it
Jinko.
really fast. That's why.
Yeah, I'm not saying Jinko. It's
Yes,
Jinko.
You know, it's not. Oh my god, this is
It is
horseshit.
Jinko.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you, Tom.
Junko.
No, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Last thing before I got a couple questions here for you. So the last episode we were talking about foods, right?
Yep.
And we were arguing about sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm still mad about it, by the way.
And you brought up, like, what about like a tortilla? Like, what if it's like a tortilla? Is that a sandwich?
That's the worst impersonation of me I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like that sounds exactly like you.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Obviously, your hearing's off because you think I'm saying Jinko. So
Sure. But a perfect Dave Cohn you just did. Just
yeah, absolutely
nailed
to
it.
a fucking T.
Wow. I thought it was me talking for
I
a
thought there
moment.
was 2 of you here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bagel.
Right.
But I was thinking about this because I mean I agree. Like having a tortilla, it's not a fucking sandwich, right? Because you're just kind of rolling it up like a little taquito or taco or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I remembered at like parties where there's the pinwheels. It's like the little deli meats and like the tomatoes and all that. It's all wrapped in like the tortilla and then sliced up.
Yeah.
What is that considered?
That's a roll up.
Just like
And
a roll up,
like
like
not a sandwich.
like a sliced wrap,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, that's what a roll
I mean,
up
that's
is.
kind of what I was thinking, but I thought I'd bring this up and just be like,
Yeah. Because a wrap is definitely not a sandwich.
No, it's not a sandwich. It's a wrap.
Right.
So also, I was thinking, what about if you have a hinged bread? It's technically, you were saying it's a sub, right? Now, what if the bread quality, it kind of sucks or too much lube, and that hinge becomes broken, and it's now 2 slices of bread? Does it come from sub to sandwich?
No.
What do you mean no? You said the definition is 2 slices of bread.
I did. You're right. Oh, God, this is going to be... I'm going to have to think about this quite a bit. But I don't think a broken sub equals a sandwich.
I mean,
I think it's how it started.
It no longer has a hinge.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's correct. I don't know. I'll have to think of a snappy analogy of how this is incorrect.
I mean, if you're riding a bike, it's, I don't know, it's a bicycle, but if the front wheel comes off and you have to do a wheelie, it's now kind of like a unicycle,
But
right?
it isn't, right? Because we know that that's a bicycle with 1 wheel is not a fucking unicycle, right?
Well, yeah, unicycle is 1 tire.
That's right. But if 3 wheels fall off of your car, you're not driving a fucking unicycle.
Well, you
okay,
can't.
You're driving a car that has 1 wheel. That's
Well, you
not
can't
the same
drive
thing.
the car with 1 wheel.
Maybe
you can
you
ride the
can't.
bike with one. Speaking of, we need a fucking shirt. As I've been going
It
back
says
in
maybe you
recaps,
can't.
dude, maybe you can't comes up all the time. What I've been doing
yeah.
these like recaps for getting shit
It's
together.
my classic go-to.
Dude, yeah, I
People are
think.
like, dude, you can't fucking... I'm like, maybe you can.
I think we need a shirt that says maybe you can't, and one that
yeah.
says you're not wrong.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
I think we need fucking shirts. If anybody listens and does shirt designs,
I have a shirt design guy.
okay.
Yeah.
I
And he's Jewish.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. I'd like to have shirts. We could do that for merch.
Definitely.
You're not wrong, and
It's a solid idea. Yeah.
maybe you
Maybe
can't.
you can't.
Yeah. The scenarios are always so fucking dumb.
Yeah, like I can drive a car with 1 wheel, but
Maybe
you
you-
can't. Yeah. You don't even know how.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do
You
a
dumb
little.
pussy.
Let's do a little shot ski.
Cheerios.
And then we're ready to dive in. I got a funny story to kind of tell you. It was
Good.
odd. All right. Well,
Chin chin.
salute, boys. Bing, bing.
Shots. Nice.
So, just recently I was over at one of the local bars over here,
Uh-huh.
and stepped outside real quick, and this fucking weirdo guy rolls up on his bike, and he's like, "Hey, man, can I get like a bum like a cigarette?" And then he starts talking and just talking and talking. But he's like, seriously though, guys, like, can I tell you what I do for a living? And we're like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, great. I'm an assistant to a tarot card reader.
Stop it.
That's what he says his job is.
What does that even mean?
That's where I pause and I go,
Yeah. I hope you ask some
what?
follow-up questions.
oh yeah. I'm like, so what the hell are you even talking about? An assistant to a tarot card reader. I'm
so
like, do you
he
have business cards?
Yeah, does he shuffle? He just shuffles the deck.
I guess. I don't know. I imagine, I don't know. When I started talking to him, he was like pretty drunk. So he's just blabbering.
Yeah, I feel like this.
And then
is
I got
nonsense.
annoyed. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going back inside.
Yeah.
But I don't know, just, shuffling decks or getting tables and stuff set up, or the smoke machine.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe
You
setting
know.
up tables and stuff like that. Maybe like setting up gigs.
Because I've been to bars where there's tarot card readers,
Yeah.
which are the fucking worst.
The
They're
worst.
just like hammered drunk, dropping cards and like, that one's on purpose. That's one of your cards.
Oh shit! You got the 13 of cups. It's like, yeah, fuck off, dude.
Like, you dropped it. You're hammered.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't get to cut the deck.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
It's like the acoustic guy with the acoustic guitar at a party. Just
Oh, yeah.
night.
Yeah. Oh, you guys want to hear Oasis? Like, dude, fuck off.
Yeah, so that got me thinking, and that's why I was like bullshitting with you. I'm like, dude, this is an odd thing. Like, what other fucking odd jobs? There's got to be jobs, legit jobs out there that people just don't think about, that you probably use or do on a regular basis, whatever the fuck. But there's somebody out there that's fucking making this shit happen.
And making money off of it.
Yes, and I thought this would be like a hilarious thing to talk about. So,
Right on.
what do you think? What do you got?
For wild jobs. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll ask you a funny one to start. So, what? And I looked this up. What do you think a chicken sexer does?
That's a chicken
sexer.
Okay, so they're probably not having sex with chickens.
Yeah, that would be problematic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the chickens.
That's
would
how
die.
the eggs are made. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that joke. Hey, do you know that male pigeons die after they have sex.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, really? No, yeah, the one I fucked did.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I made it a male pigeon. Now I'm a gay person that bangs birds. But all right. Yeah, but chicken sexer. What do you think?
The first thing that comes to mind is that they're having to decipher if the chickens are male or female.
Ding. Correct.
Oh, nice. Let me hit that.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Let me hit that. That's right. You want to hit that fucking chicken sex.
Let me
That's
hit
correct.
that chicken.
A chicken sexer is somebody who sexes chickens. So you have to, I don't know if that's difficult to tell if they're, I don't know, do chickens have dicks? Are they like alligators where you gotta like poke their belly button and feel around inside?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they piss, right?
I don't know. I would imagine. You never hear about chicken piss, though.
No, you don't.
It stinks like chicken piss in
Yeah.
here. Like,
They're like, hey, you know how to get rid of raccoons?
Yeah.
Some fox piss.
yeah,
Put that around your trash cans.
Exactly. Yeah, a dab will do you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I looked into it a little bit. To be a top tier chicken sexer,
Go on.
you need to have 98% accuracy, which means 2 out of 100 you can get wrong. And be like, that chicken's got a pussy, but it has a dick. Great job being a
small
chicken
dick.
sexer.
It's transitioning.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. How does the chicken identify?
It's actually not a dick. It's an oversized clit.
That's right. It's engorged. The top tier people can sex 700 chicks an hour.
Huh.
Yeah, that's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
That's every 5 seconds.
Well, I imagine if you pick up 2 in each hand, because they're chicks, right?
Yeah, I love.
So
that
they're
we're gonna
little.
do the math here. Yeah.
Yeah, so you pick up two chicks in each hand,
Dude,
or
look at
you know,
these fucking
one in
meat
each hand.
paws. I could pick up 3 chicks in each hand.
Yeah, I guess it's true. I mean, but they're also probably bouncing around their
Yeah,
little
but
box.
still, either way, I'm gonna pick up 3 and like fucking turn them upside down and be like, dick, dick, pussy, pussy, dick, dick. Put those down, and all of a sudden, I'm 6 chickens closer to my goal of 700 an hour. By the way, it pays $4 per 100 chicks.
Oh, that sucks.
It does, but if you're real good at it, that's $28 an hour. And I would imagine anybody who is sexing chickens for a living, I think that's under the table work. I don't feel like you're paying taxes on that shit.
I don't think you're also telling anybody that you do that.
100% not.
Unless you're on like farmer.
I'm a veterinarian.
Yeah,
You've
unless
just been sticking your fingers in chicks, but not in a cool way.
a different kind of chick.
Yeah. Oh, I had my fingers in 700 chicks this week. It's like,
Yeah, unless you're on like farmersonly.com or
Right.
whatever, then the'd be like, wow, that's very impressive.
right.
Then they'd be turned on by it.
Yeah. A bunch of male chickens getting boners now, talking about fingering chicks.
Yeah.
All right, what about you?
The one of them that I found hysterical, which I've seen in like movies and shit like that, when you see like over in like, I think it's typically in like Asian countries. But you ever see, where like they have like those buses or trains that are just like stuffed like to the brim with people.
That's very Asian, but yeah.
Right. So apparently there's someone's job is to stand outside those trains or buses or whatever to make sure to shove people in.
To make sure they have maximum capacity.
Yeah, to make sure that they're completely squeezed up to its fucking fullest.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like that's I think it's like normally like a Japan, I think is like a big one for that.
That would make sense. Yeah, if you ever see that, it's crazy, like the amount of people that they stuff into those fucking cars. And then I don't mean this to be fucking racist, but they all look exactly the same. You know what I mean?
I think that is racist.
It's not, because what I'm talking about. So if you imagine a bunch of Asian dudes and they're all going to work and they're all wearing black suits, white shirts, black ties, they all have black hair. It's probably shoulder length, and they're all probably pretty slim. They all look exactly the fucking same.
Okay, I see what
There's
you're
just
saying.
a sea of 5'5" Asian dudes that all look like they came from the Matrix, and there's 1,000 of them in each car. It's fucking bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a comedian that did a bit about how easy it would be to commit crimes if you were Asian and you wanted to be like a pickpocket in a subway in Japan. Because you would just like steal somebody's wallet and then walk 5 steps backwards, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's the fucking 5'4" Asian dude with the black hair and the black tie and the sunglasses, and it looks like Jackie Chan." Fuck, that's everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck, sir, you just described 1,000 people on this bus, including yourself and myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
that's
all
good.
right. So you got, so you figured out chicken sexer. I'm going to be very impressed.
Yeah, this is called a train pusher, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, they're called train pushers.
That's.
I guess I should have probably let you guess that, but I guess that's probably a little easy to guess, though.
That's not what I would have thought. It was somebody that had to like physically push a train for some reason.
I mean,
like get it started.
yeah. I guess that's good.
All right. So you got chicken sexer.
Mm-hmm.
Panda fluffer. All right,
Okay, so let's break this down.
please.
As we know, a fluffer is for porn, right? It's like the girl, I guess, or guy that's like getting the dudes like hard and ready to go into the shot.
Yep.
No pun intended.
Yep.
But with pandas, I imagine they're not. I mean, they could to impregnate other pandas, but also could be maybe just to fluff them up for photo shoots, or
could be.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna go with.
That's your. Is that your final
yeah,
answer?
it's like fluffing them up for photo shoots.
All right. Well, you are wrong.
Okay.
Your other instinct, correct.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. So a panda fluffer uses a variety of tools and techniques. Typically, they are like feather dusters, and they stroke the panda's cock with it all day to get its horny and get its dick hard.
Yeah.
So it'll fuck another panda and make more pandas. So a panda fluffer literally is a person who gets panda dicks hard, so they'll fuck another panda. Can you imagine this?
Stuck with my gut.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine the work stories you tell when you get home after a hard day of panda fluffing?
How was your day, honey?
Oh my god, this fucking panda's dick just wouldn't get hard. It didn't. I spit on his balls and the fucking. I used the feather duster and I tried the vibrator and it took fucking forever for him to bang this other panda. I really hope it takes. How was your day, honey? Like, it's fucking so strange.
I was just working from home in my office.
Oh my god, I got
to
so
look
many...
out the windows, and
I set the record for panda boners today. like he's gonna get a little plaque.
Gonna get a little bonus.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. If you
met my quota
your
for
quota
the
of panda boners, yeah. He's our top salesman. It's just a panda dick statue. So
you're at a family reunion with and your mom's like, yeah, he went to school and for zoology, and he did all these years of hard work,
top of his class,
and then it's like, so what do you do at the zoo? Well, panda fluffer.
I'm the head panda fluffer. Oh, that's cool. What does that mean? I'm in charge of the other panda fluffers. Yeah, what do? They stroke off the fucking pandas until their dicks are hard, and then they put the money shot into the female panda. And fingers crossed we get more pandas, because then I'll have more business, right? I love it.
It's got to keep it going.
Hell yeah.
Or keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Ding. Love it.
Oh.
There it is. All right, you're up.
Here's something that I when I was like looking into it, there was no like set like age range, but a water slide tester.
Stop. That's not a real thing.
It's a real job, and it pays 30 to 60,000
a year.
Yeah.
Stop.
Mm-hmm. So when they're creating new water slides for different water parks or other parks or what have yous, that you spend the day like riding around or an X amount of time just riding it over and over and over to see like, is it fun? Are you getting nauseous, or like,
wow,
is shit going wrong with it, or does it suck? You know what I mean?
You know what this makes me think of, right?
Hot Rod?
No, that's a great guess. It makes me think of the Always Sunny episode. When they go to the water park, when Frank's pretending he's got AIDS so he can get to the front of the line. And then him and Charlie are trying to hit every water slide, and they find that last one they didn't hit, and it's because it's not open yet.
Oh, yeah.
And they climb up to the top of it. There's no water running down it, so they just brought like a 20-ounce bottle of like Dasani, and they just pour that on the top of the slide. They're like, that should be good. And Frank's going first, so he goes down, and as you see him going down, you just see a trail of smoke behind him, and he's screaming the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
And he ends up in the pool, and the pool starts filling with blood from all of his open sores from the friction burns that he has, and everybody just yells, AIDS blood, and jumps out of the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, it's like the best fucking episode.
I forgot about that. Isn't and the other three, they get stuck inside the slide, right?
Yeah.
Like the little kid. Yeah.
It's Mac and Dee get stuck in there, and all the kids keep on piling in behind them.
Yeah.
And she brought that little like tester to see how much of the water was piss. Like it would change colors with how much of the water was piss. And like 10 minutes after they're stuck in that slide together, that baby was so dark.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was just all piss. Yeah, it was a great episode. All right, do you golf?
No.
Okay, me either. But I would be terrible at it.
I am. I just saw one of my friends want to go golfing. I just drive around the golf cart, drink beers, and I'm like, I'll take you to your ball.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do. But, you see lots of these courses, and of course it always makes me think of Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone hits into the water, they just lose that golf ball. So you can be a golf ball diver.
I did think about this, and I would imagine somebody has to do it, because otherwise, like, that would just be, like, ridiculous. So I imagine that they would...
Give me my ball! Give it here! Pop it up, you You dirty bastard! I swear to God, I'll get out of here! Give me the...
Oh, the alligator, right?
Yeah, when the ball went right into the alligator's mouth, and he's fighting him for it. Yeah, but yeah, it pays $200 a day.
Holy shit!
But all you do is you just go
Swim
up and
in, like,
down.
those
You just
ponds.
dive in and you pick up all the golf balls. You bring them back to the golf course, and they just pay you $200 a day for all the buckets.
But how long is the day? Is it 8 hours?
Oh hell yeah, it's 8 hours.
What's the math there?
So it's $25 an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great.
To go swimming all day.
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
fucking sweet.
How much dope could you smoke in 8 hours while you're just diving into a fucking pond to grab golf balls?
Damn, and then all they're doing is just cleaning them and then reselling them back.
Exactly.
Genius.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Golf ball diver. Fuck.
Here's one. So dog food taster?
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing, but I have something akin we can talk about.
Yeah. I didn't think so either.
They pay humans to do this?
This is a thing that there's, humans like, is to taste the new dog food, including bones, tinned meat, and biscuits. People are doing this.
Tin meat, like wet dog food?
Yeah, like the canned foods.
Vomit.
And then they do this to test for like flavor, texture, in comparison to like other dog food companies and human food. So not only if you're getting paid by, let's say, ABC dog food to go through this test, you're also now having to eat XYZ's dog food to compare the fucking texture, the taste, the flavor, all of that.
How do you find a mate with that job? Like, how do you find somebody to settle down with?
You're
on Tinder or whatever the kids are on now, and you're on a date with someone. They're like, yeah, what do you do? And you're like, well, funny you should ask. I eat Alpo all fucking day. Every day I eat dog food.
Yeah.
Do you want to go make out? They're like, no, not really.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm cool on that. Like, how much? Oh, do you know how much that person makes?
No, there was no salary thing in there. I don't know. Tommy, see if you can find something for it.
Look it up.
Yeah, see like what we got for
dog food.
This is what we're
tester
not
salary.
paying you for is to to look stuff up for us. No. Can you imagine? Could you imagine?
Imagine.
On the other side of, let's say that you were fine with it as the other, right?
The mate?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like you guys just started dating, and then you go to like, I don't know, let's say like a family dinner or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, so you have like you're dating somebody, right? Like, yeah, like, they're this, it's cool, blah blah. Like, oh, what do they do for a living? And then they're like, oh, they test out dog food, and they're like, oh, like taking samples and do like, no, they're eating
with a spoon.
Yeah, dog food, and not only from that brand, but other brands as well.
Right, and then then it's like a potluck dinner, and he's like, oh, and also I brought. And they're like,
and like, isn't there like a dessert that's like called like I don't know, like doggy treats or something like that?
Puppy chow.
Puppy chow.
Yeah.
And he's like, I brought puppy chow, and was like, oh no thanks.
bro. Yeah. Oh, don't bring your work home.
So according to ZipRecruiter, it's $16 to $35 an hour.
Stop it. That's like I don't make $35 an hour.
But Purina is $24 to $46 per hour.
$46 a motherfucking hour.
I mean, that's at the top. That means you've already been there for 10 years.
You have an extraordinary dog palate.
Or you have experience from the other company.
You've already been putting your dues in.
Yeah, your grandpa owns Alpo. Yeah. They're like, that guy doesn't even deserve it while they're just eating dog food.
I feel like
that guy's a fucking liar.
I feel like this is the job that like Charlie Bucket would be having, like
definitely.
if he didn't win the ticket to the Wonka factory.
Or Uncle Joe.
Yeah, or Uncle Joe. Oh fuck Uncle Joe. He's not doing shit.
Old liar.
He's fucking laying in the bed, waits till everyone goes to bed, and
that's where he got his coke nail from.
Yeah. Let's say he's just fucking
your
blowing
legs don't work until your grandkid has a golden ticket, you fucking piece of shit.
Because that became his golden ticket.
Yeah, but that bed looked dope.
It did look
that
comfy.
Giant bed. Yeah.
I mean, you got 4 of them in there. It's got to be pretty comfy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So speaking of that,
pay.
you can also be a fine dining chef for dogs.
Oh jeez.
There is a restaurant.
That's just fucking ridiculous, by the way. But go on. I'm sure it's out there.
There's a restaurant, shockingly, in San Francisco called Dogue, Dogue, and it is for you to bring your pet and for them to get a like Michelin star meal from a chef. It's like $250 for the dog to eat dinner.
Yeah, that's just something that like ridiculously rich single wives or like
yeah, dude.
that are just blowing money because they don't have anything else to do with it.
Oh my god.
And they're obsessed with their tiny little stupid dog.
Yep, but still.
I mean, I listen, whoever fucking created this idea and exploited
Genius,
it,
bro.
fucking good for them.
Genius.
What a great way to fucking suck the money out of those fucking idiots.
When I lived and worked in Florida, there was when I was in West Palm and we were on Clematis Street, which is like super, super bougie where our office was. And there was a store that was just for ladies with dogs that fit in purses. That's what the whole store was for.
Genius.
And it was like to get stuff, fucking whatever you wanted for your, I mean, they did like, you could have your dog get a pedicure or whatever, or get a fucking blowout, or it's like for little charms you want for your purse, or like diamond studded necklaces. And I mean, this shit was not cheap. Like the cheapest thing that they had was probably $250 and way up. I mean, into the tens of thousands of dollars type of a deal. So
sorry about that.
Whoever
That spooked me.
So whoever thought that up, fucking genius for these people with these douchey dogs.
Yeah, good for them. Exploiting the fuck out of them. Tom, you look like you were gonna say something. Or something.
I was gonna say somebody watched Lady and Tramp way too many times. Like when the beating the dogs.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great fucking idea. I mean, didn't like forever ago, back I think when you guys like just got that house, weren't we talking about there was some place that has like a doggy hotel?
Yeah.
That fucking.
I was just there. Yeah, I dropped off Delmo for the day for something. I don't know. It's because we were getting our that new furnace, and I didn't want Delmo to be at the house because I knew they were going to be in and out of the door. So we took him to this place called Paws by the Lake in Avon Lake, and it is ridiculous. Like, of course, Jen signed Delmo up for all this shit because I'm the person who's like, just put him in a fucking box. Who gives a shit? He's a dog. You know? I love him, but he's a fucking dog. So my job was just to pick him up. So I go and I pick him up after all that stuff's done, and they're like, Cone? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, for Delmo. And I go, yep, that's my dog. And they're like, cool. Do you want it on the card that we have on file? And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. What is the charge? And they're like, well, it's for a day stay. He had his nails done. He went for a nature walk, and he had some pool time. And I go, the fuck did you just say? They're like, yeah, he had a little bit of pool time, so he went for a little swim. We gave him a bath afterwards, and he had a nature walk. I go, I ate fucking 2 sandwiches and was on my laptop all day. Like, this dog is living the goddamn life. Yeah. I don't even know what it cost. When they were like, do you want a receipt? I was like, don't fucking show me that shit. I'll burn this building down. Fucking nature walk. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, they have like the services they have. I mean, if you're like boarding your dog for a couple days, you can order like a suite where the dog has like a window. You can turn on a like video station so the dog can see you. You can have like a teleconference with the dog. You can push buttons and it'll dispense treats to them. They can get massages, and it's fucking bananas.
That is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's like a all-inclusive thing for like pups.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and we do that, and then Delmo just fucking licks his balls for 7.5 hours and comes home and smells like shit still.
Listen, I love taco, but I'm not spending that kind of money.
It's fucking outrageous.
Yeah.
We bought Delmo for $80. Like, how much do you think I'm going to spend on a fucking nature walk? Suck a dick. Hate it.
How much is it for you to go on the nature walk?
Exactly. You know? Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so did you know that you can be a paper towel sniffer?
What the fuck does that even mean? What do you mean?
So, apparently this is a real job. I looked it up. Average salary, $52,000 a year.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's just to make sure. I mean, obviously the scent of your paper towel is not like a selling point, because I don't think paper towels are supposed to smell.
No, I think I'd be annoyed if. Like,
I agree.
Yeah,
they shouldn't smell, and that's what these people's job is. That there are a bunch of chemicals that go into making and cleaning and producing paper towels, and they shouldn't smell.
To be absorbed.
So these people just like randomly stick their hand in, grab a roll, and they're like, I don't smell anything. Thumbs up, and then they just
next
go back.
roll.
Yeah, next roll, and that's your job all day.
Interesting.
But can you imagine?
Could you imagine
if you just fucking fucked off all day one day, and then a bunch of paper towels got recalled for smelling like shit, and you're like, oh fuck,
you're just hungover.
I was so hungover and high that day, and
just letting them pass through. You're like, I can't smell this. I'll fucking throw up.
Yeah, they all smell like chicken piss, and now nobody knew. God damn it! I'm gonna get totally fired. I'm gonna get totally fired for all these paper towels smelling like chicken piss.
That's actually funny because there is one this kind of there's people that actually write, like the fortune cookies. You could be a fortune cookie writer.
Nice.
Which I think would be very interesting. That pays $56,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah, to just sit and jot down the bullshit. I mean, I would just spend my days probably looking at the fucking newspapers or whatever. Well, not anymore newspapers, but like when they're like, what do you?
The horoscopes?
Thank you, the horoscopes. I would just be taking those and just fucking writing them down. Like, let's put into a fortune cookie. Great, thanks, you fucking crystal hippie.
And I eat more Chinese food than anybody I've ever met in my life. Asian food is like my favorite thing in the world, and I get fortune cookies all the time. And 80% of the time, those fortunes, they're not fortunes. They're not.
I never eat them. I don't even bother with them.
Oh, do you crack them open and read the fortune?
I guess every once in a blue moon, but no, I just just throw them in the trash.
Well, you're
or I let Jess have them.
Shit, huh?
I'll let Jess have them.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess I'm a real piece of shit human being for not.
Yeah, you get a free cookie that has a fortune inside of it and lottery numbers. And you're like, I don't want this cookie or those fucking my fortune. I don't need that.
Have you won anything off of those lottery numbers?
I don't play those Asian lottery numbers.
Okay,
bro,
do you
I have a system.
And do you love the taste of that cookie, or are you just doing it because it's just a thing?
I do eat the cookies.
Yeah, but do you actually like it, or just like I'm just gonna eat it?
I
have
to eat it. I feel like I would feel like an asshole throwing it in the trash because there are starving people. Pizza.
Oh, like you would donate your fucking fortune cookies to fucking Ethiopia.
Does that cost me money? Do I get a tax
it's gonna have to say
Yeah, you have to ship it there.
Oh, I'm not shipping that shit. There's got to be some charity I can just drop off a box and they can send it to
I mean,
Ethiopia.
probably.
All of a sudden, I have to collect the fortune cookies, and I have to box them and ship them. It's like a fucking full-time job.
Well, now you can drop them off at the charity and then collect your tax.
I already have a full-time job. I already do a podcast. Now I'm supposed to be shipping cookies to fucking Ethiopia. I'm not a Nicaraguan woman. I can't have 17 different sources of income.
Find your local homeless guy and just throw it to him.
What's that?
Homeless
guy?
Yeah, just go downtown and start handing them fucking fortune cookies
that are already open, and I took the fortunes out of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, those lottery numbers are for me.
Is there something like if there is no fortune in the cookie, it's like extra special luck? Or
I've come across those.
Yeah.
I've been at like a dinner where people were opening up and there was
good luck or something.
I guess.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Good luck or bad luck.
I used to think that
or just someone was hungover when they were on the line there.
I was gonna say if you're hungover or pissed off one day, what's your fortune is gonna be?
When I was a kid, I thought it was like that Chinese fortunes were like birthday wishes, where if you shared them with anybody, they wouldn't come true. So ever since, and this was going, I hate to say, I stopped doing this like 9 years ago. So I've been doing this from like 4 years old until I was like 35. When I would get a fortune cookie, I would open it, eat the entire cookie, and then walk into the bathroom and flush my my little fortune down the toilet so nobody could share it with me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because I always thought if anybody else read it, it wouldn't come true.
Even as a grown-ass man.
Yeah, I kept doing
flushing fortunes down the toilet.
Yeah, and you should have seen Jen's face when it's like, I'm like, hey, you want a fortune cookie? And she's like, sure. And I toss her one, and I open mine and walk into the bathroom with it. And
I just got to pee really quick.
No, I didn't say anything. I just walk in there chewing on a cookie, and I flush the toilet and walk out. And she's like, what was that? And I'm like, mind your own fucking business.
It's my fortune.
It's my fucking fortune. Yeah, it said I'm going to be very prosperous, and with that attitude, I'm going to be prosperous and alone. So go fuck yourself.
You back up the toilet like paper towel.
It just shoots out a bunch of fucking tiny little fortunes.
Oh my god. Yeah, like you have to get the plumber and just like unclogging. It's just a ton of
He's
fortunes.
like, dude, have you been flushing nothing but fortunes down here?
Well, if you're calling my shits fortunes, then yes.
I'm like, yeah, you can keep those lottery numbers as your tip.
Let's see. There's also, this is a fucking weird one.
Huh.
You ever hear the what's the phrase? Like, I'd rather watch paint dry than go and do that.
Yeah.
There's actually people that do that as a real job.
People that are paid to actually
watch literally.
Why?
Because what they're doing is that they want to check to see if it's like how it dries, if it's changes colors, how long it takes to dry. And like if the textures change once it dries, because there's times too you're like, oh, I got this shade of blue, and then once it dries, it's like it's not, and it's a little off from what I thought it was. That's why when you're at like Home Depot or whatever, they put that little dab on the top of the can and then kind of let that dry up, and you're like, this is what it's gonna be. There's people, when they're actually creating these colors and what have yous, that they actually will put that shit on different textures and They have to literally watch paint dry.
I'd be so bad at that job because I would assume that it's perfectly normal to just get stoned to the fucking bejesus for it.
I'm sure they probably do.
I'm sure they don't, because if I was doing it, I'd be like, all right, I got to watch this for the next 20 minutes and take notes. And 3 minutes later, I'd be like, I wonder what chicken piss smells like. And I'd just be in my own head so bad. And then I'd be like, fuck, it's dry. And I'd have to start back over.
I forgot to see how long that was taking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, fuck, that was 40 minutes ago. God damn it. Fresh coat. That would not be a good job for me.
Yeah, especially if you have like ADHD. That would fucking suck.
Yeah.
Couldn't do that job.
Did you know that you can be an ethical hacker? This actually makes a lot of sense after I looked it up.
An ethical hacker. My guess would be it's the people that are being hired to figure out how like the shitty scammers and hackers to try to stop them from doing shit.
Sort of. It's like if you're running a company, like say you're running a bank. And you say you go to an ethical hacker. They call them white hats because black hats are hackers. So white hats are ethical hackers. And you would go to a white hat and you would say, break into my system. And that person will do everything they can, and then they'll report back to you. Here's how I did it. Here's where you have weak points. Here's where you have strong points and stuff like that. Which I think is amazing. I mean, hacker has such a negative connotation to it, and so you can do it ethically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's actually pretty cool.
It's a great idea.
Do we know where the white hat and black hat comes from?
I don't know where the terminology comes from, but I know that I know that black hat is the name for hackers. White hat was the first time that I saw when I was looking at this. But it made me think of something. So like when I was working in restaurants, I'm so glad I'm not anymore so that I can divulge these secrets. If you work in a restaurant, everybody steals. Everybody fucking steals. Everybody's trying to steal somehow. And I was one of those people for a long time too. I was always stealing from every restaurant I worked at. And I did an quote unquote ethical hacker type of a thing where I would find a weakness in the restaurant system that I could steal from. And then I would report it back to my manager and say, hey, just so you know, I did this by accident. Other people who are more nefarious could do it on purpose and steal from you. And they go, holy shit, thanks so much for showing us that.
So you were kind of like a white hat.
I was. But
for the restaurant.
But the reason I was telling them that is because I had a second way to steal from the restaurant. And I feel like if I tell them my way to do it the first way, they won't look at me for the other one. So I was like narking on myself for once. They'd be like, wow, that dude's really trustworthy. And then I would fucking rob them blind
from a different way.
Yeah.
So you're a gray hat.
I was a gray hat.
That's gray hat. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, right in the middle.
100%.
So I looked it up. It's from the 1950s westerns, basically. Like the bad guys will wear black.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
White,
That makes sense.
Like the good cowboys wear the white hats.
Yeah, that's where it came from.
Interesting.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh, neat. Look at that, guys. There's a little fun fact. Thanks,
Yeah.
Tommy boy.
Thanks, Tommy boy. Yeah, it's like if you ever watch any of those, you ever watch blaxploitation films? Like Rudy Ray Moore, like Dolomite and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever watch those, all the cops are white because they're always the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
And the blaxploitation, it's always if you ever see like a top 10 most wanted sign, like in a sheriff's office, all white dudes. Yeah,
Interesting.
old school black and white.
Huh. Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Let's have a ding just for fun.
Ding.
And, I don't know. How about a shot?
Let's do another one. Why not?
Yep. Salad, boys.
To shots.
To shots. I got a fun one here.
Me too.
You're from originally from Florida, right?
Me?
Were you born in Florida?
No. I'm originally from New York. I'm originally from New York. I transplanted here when I was 12. I lived in Florida for 5 years, then came back to Cleveland.
Okay, that's what it was. I found out that there is it's probably a terrible idea, but there is a underwater hotel you could do in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is neat, but just kind of going off of what we know. I mean, it makes me think of like that fucking boat or the sub that was trying to go down to like the Titanic. Yeah. This is probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, they're like, oh, your room's in the basement. You're like, fuck that. No, thank you.
It's over in Key Largo.
Of course.
The place is called Jules Undersea Lodge. But the cool
Fucking
part is
white people.
And dude, for sure.
So white.
It's singer Jewel.
Yeah. Yeah, you get your room. It's like, who will save your soul? And you're like, God damn.
Just
this
on
is not what
repeat.
I was-
Yeah.
It's not what I paid for.
It's actually spelled Jules.
Nice.
But I like where your head's at, though, Tommy boy.
Is it really spelled that way?
Jules. That's hers is actually like an actual jewel, but yeah, the lodge is Jules.
Nice.
But yeah, I guess if you're gonna do this like by yourself, it's $1,350 for the night or the day.
Yeah.
And if it's a couple, I guess it's discounted, but it's basically almost like $1,700.
So do you like scuba to your room? Is that the plan?
Well, yeah. I think you can scuba down. I don't know how far down it was. I haven't looked like super deep into it. That if you're just taking a little sub down there or if you're scubaing. But the dope part of it is that part of your cost for renting the room, you get a free pizza that comes in with it. So they actually have a scuba diver that delivers your dinner, which is a pizza, to your hotel.
That's dope.
Which is kind of neat. So I assume, I don't know. I don't know if it's like if they're going to scuba into their hotel and then get inside, take everything off or whatever the case is. But it says that like with the night that you stay for dinner, it's usually between, I think it's like 5:30 and 6:30, but you'll have a pizza delivered to your hotel, your whatever you want to call it, your lodge underwater.
That's amazing.
Your SpongeBob house. But someone's like scuba diving a pizza.
Oh my God. I would open up my pizza and be like, ooh, are these mushrooms? I was pretty clear I am allergic to mushrooms. This person has to swim back up to the surface and get me another pizza.
Yeah, it's got to swim back down.
And I'm like, oh man, is this vegan cheese by any chance? Because I'm lactose intolerant and I don't have complete control of my body. So, yeah, send him back 3 times.
Listen,
give him 1 star and a $1 tip.
I don't want to be a dick, but
yeah.
Are these pepperonis spoiled? They kind of smell like chicken piss.
Are these pepperonis locally sourced? Just be a total douche about it. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been all the hype about these coffee mugs, the Stanley mugs.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, have you seen those in the news? You know what I'm talking about?
Are they coffee cups that's supposed to look like the Stanley Cup?
No. The company's called Stanley. They've made thermoses for like 70 years, but the Stanley's the name of the travel mug.
Oh yeah,
and,
okay.
They came out with a one in February that's pink for Valentine's Day, and like it's sold out.
It was huge around Christmas.
Yeah,
everybody wanted one for Christmas.
Yeah, this is like a status symbol thing now. Like kids need to have a Stanley traveling mug.
$75, $80.
Yeah,
what the
cheapest
fuck?
one you can get.
Yeah, it's like it's
is it
fucking,
like what are like those like are they like a Yeti or
yeah,
whatever?
it's like a Yeti.
It's like a Yeti with a handle, but like if you leave like ice water in it, it'll still have ice in the cup 72 hours later.
Okay,
or whatever.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, I have a water bottle that's like that, but I bought it for $20 off Amazon.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Because you're smart and you're not a 12-year-old girl who needs to have a fucking Stanley Cup.
No, but like women were fighting each other at like Target for stuff.
Like people got fired from Target because they work there and they're supposed to have to wait for customers to go first, and employees were like, "Fuck, I'm just going to sneak one for myself."
Yeah,
and getting fired for it because it was a huge national thing. Like, what?
Like fuck it, worth it.
Yeah. So there's a job called Keeper of the Cup, which is keeper of the Stanley Cup, the actual Stanley Cup.
Okay.
So there is somebody who gets paid to guard the Stanley Cup 24 fucking hours a day.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I have seen these guys in person.
Have you
I
in
went
person?
I went down
seen the
to
Stanley Cup in
Columbus
person.
for the NHL All-Star Game weekend, and they had the Stanley Cup, so I took a picture next to it.
Okay, well that answers your question.
They are. It is like the London Guard. You can't. They don't like to joke around. There's not fun. It is just guys that will take you down.
They will physically assault you if you get close to it.
If you get close to it without their they're like you can get next to it, but you can't touch it.
So this reminds me of like the guards like for like the Queen.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, basically the running the same like fucking straight face.
You can't fuck with them.
And they'll fucking take you down.
Yeah, if you fuck with them at all, they will take you fucking down. That's exactly what they do. It's like professional security for the cup. So like you'd be like, oh, like I'm gonna chug beer out of the Stanley Cup, and that dude won't say a fucking word. And you can take a 40 and you can stand right in front of him with like hold it up, And as soon as you go to pour it into the Stanley Cup, that dude will punch you in the fucking mouth.
Unless you're one of the players that won the Stanley Cup.
Sure.
Unless your name is
of course.
on the Stanley Cup, you cannot come that close to it.
Okay, so how long is the time period that they have to watch this cup for?
So,
is it just for during like the playoffs or whatever?
No, it's 24/7, 365. There's a guard for the Stanley Cup, like every minute of every.
So does it stay in a certain location that they have to?
So what it does is go to each player that won the Stanley Cup. So you have it. Say it was like you have it for a month, and then Bagel has it for a month, and then I have it for a month, and those guys would be there all the time.
Okay.
Hey, you're out of the bar, and you want to bring us with you? Cool, but they're right there to watch.
Security comes with you.
So no matter what,
it is Secret Service for a trophy.
Yep.
Interesting. So even if you're just leaving it at your house, right? If I have it for a month, I'm not going to take it all the time.
It is like, hey, you want to go to the bar with it? Call them up. They will be
okay.
At the bar
gotcha.
Yeah, you like call a service and you say,
but you can't take it home with you.
It's kind of sick though.
Yeah, it's like a vacation rental. They're like, all right, for December when you want the cup, you could just call us up, and then you say, hey, I'm rolling out to Vegas with my friends. I want to bring the cup with me, and they say, great. Book us a jet. The cup gets its own seat, and so does its 3-person detail. And the 3-person detail comes out, and it's 3 dudes in black suits, and they stand there and they go 8-hour shifts watching the Stanley Cup to make sure nobody fucks with it. Yeah, it's got every winner's name etched into it. The thing is fucking priceless. Yeah.
What do you think that they get paid?
I'd imagine probably.
Time you look this up. Let's take guesses.
I'm gonna guess $500 for an 8-hour shift. Because all you're going to deal with as those people is drunk assholes who are going to be fucking rushing the Stanley Cup.
I think it's going to be more.
More than 500 for 8 hours?
Yeah. I'm thinking it's more of like...
That's $65 an hour.
I think it's going to be more in like the hundreds per hour because like they're like, you need to fucking guard this with your fucking life. I think they might even be breaking 6 digits annually for this specifically. You're constantly probably always on call for one, which is so inconvenient.
On call at all times.
At all times.
Which means they're probably paying you on retainer.
Right.
They're probably just paying you an annual salary.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get called when you get called, and you get the rest of the time
You have to fucking drop whatever the fuck you're doing and go.
Dude, can you imagine?
Could you imagine
if your job was to be the protector of the Stanley Cup? And talk about how to get your fucking dick wet on a Tinder date. I'm Secret Service for a fucking trophy, so when my beeper goes off, I have to go protect the Stanley Cup. And also, what a great way to get out of a shitty
just about to say, it goes off in the middle of the day, like, oops, sorry.
Yeah, she's like, so anyway,
duty calls.
I have 9 cats, and I have an assistant who's a tarot card reader, and you just text yourself, and your beeper goes off, and you're like, well, shit, I got to jump on a jet and take care of Stanley, so... Nice to meet you, Natalie. Enjoy your floral prints and your patchouli.
So I found an AMA from a guy who did it on Reddit.
Okay.
I'm going through it. How'd you get this job? Wrong place, wrong time, I think. Should have been
wrong place, wrong time.
Okay, so not a fan of the job.
No. I mean, if he's on Reddit, saying, hey, ask me anything. But
nothing as far as
nothing.
Grade.
The one website I looked up and said it wasn't publicly disclosed.
So I feel like it's got to be something pretty high up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. Here's one that I think this would be. I guess this wouldn't probably be a permanent job for you, but I think this would be super dope. That I think you'd like. Lego designer. These are actually being paid. It's $55 annually.
Yeah.
But you get to sculpt everything to create impressive the displays for different events and theme parks and what have you to sit and just fucking build a whole fucking thing out of Legos and get paid $55K for the year.
Dude, Robert got me one of my favorite gifts of all time for my birthday a couple years ago. And it's, my Legos are 95% Star Wars. But he got me one, and it's an Adidas Superstar sneaker made completely out of Legos. It's got laces. It's fucking...
Yeah, I think we talked about this a couple episodes back.
Probably when your brother was here.
It's fucking dope. And putting it together was so fucking cool because you put it together layer by layer, so it just gets taller as you're putting it together. But, just thinking about all the different sizes and shapes of shit that needs to go in there. To make the tongue and to make it the rounded front part, and they sell a kit where you can buy it. So if you want, like, it automatically comes as a left shoe, but if you want a right shoe, they can just throw you a kit so you can make another one that's a right shoe. Like, that's so fucking badass. So you'd have to be a designer for that. Yeah, I don't have the artistic ability. I'm just
the autistic ability.
Yeah, quite a painter.
I think the deal
He's
with
on the
that,
spectrum. Oh, is he? What is his favorite?
He builds Legos.
What is he, like, watercolors? Yeah, I'm a fucking
He
asshole.
builds Legos.
I think the deal with that is like you have to submit like your idea for a design to Lego, and then if they pick you, then you could be a designer.
They definitely do that. I mean, they definitely have like
They vet you.
competitions
Yeah.
where they have Lego Designer every year where you can make submissions. But I'm sure that in order to do that, you have to be like a 3D graphic artist because it would be all
Oh, yeah,
AutoCAD,
for sure.
right? You would just be building it in AutoCAD.
Or building it with actual Legos.
Yeah, I mean, they have those designer programs now where you can design whatever you want if you're artistically gifted like that, and you can say like, I want to make whatever it is, and then you can build it online.
Interesting.
Super cool.
I would say get a Lego pizza bagel going.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I already have an idea for that, but we'll talk about that another time.
Sick.
Did you know that you can hire a professional foreigner?
A professional foreigner for what?
Think about that for a second. What might you want a foreigner, just a foreign person? Like, why might you want to employ a foreign person? No. Not a person with a skill. Just a person that looks foreign. Why would you employ a person who looks foreign?
As, I don't know, use it for a bodyguard?
Maybe.
A chef? Well,
Maybe.
I mean,
Think about if you were like selling a real estate property or showing a real estate property and you wanted to drive up bids. So maybe you bring in a guy who is Middle Eastern and you say, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and he's Arabian and he's like a prince and he's interested in buying up this property for like $2 million. You start driving up the price of your real estate.
I see. So you're running a whole fucking scam
A whole
here.
scam. Yeah, and to be a professional foreigner pays $1,000 a week, cash. So you can just look. You could just be Middle Eastern and own a suit and make $1,000 a week.
Just be like walking
just
around
to
like the
be
property.
Indian.
Can we go to another country and do this?
You think they want fucking Americans?
Hey,
Hey,
put a cowboy hat on us and think we're rich oil.
how many rubles do you want for this? They're like, okay, awesome, a drunk asshole fat American, cool.
There are people who love Americans over
You're absolutely right.
countries.
And
they love
I
the
am
accent and everything.
100%
Oh,
for
yeah,
sale.
for sure. Yeah, no, it's definitely out there that they would be like, I'm down with that.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
How often do you guys ever feel like that you're like stuck in like a long line? Or is there any time that like if you need to like or if you need to like stand in line for to get tickets or to get into like a museum or a show and it's cold as fuck outside? Does that happen to you guys?
I mean, not this day and age, but yeah.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, I know where you're
5,
going.
10 years ago, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, just for example, just
Sit in 4 hours in line to go to a movie was not a big thing like 20 years ago.
yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
or like
good
even
call.
if there's like
Years
a concert.
Oh yeah, even concerts.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I had that a couple of months ago, but I was like waiting outside for like 10, 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah,
But it was still
I
a long
remember
line because
like
it was cold.
like
Right.
10, 15 years ago, people like waiting in line outside of GameStop for the
Yeah,
new
for like
Halo to
2.
come out.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, like they brought their lawn chairs. They sat there for 6 hours.
Yeah.
Or like Black Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black Friday. There's
People
still
Black
people
Friday.
that will
There's
be out
a-
there with tents and everything.
Yeah,
for
there's a
hours beforehand.
$75 65-inch TV, and of course the store only has one. So people stand in line for that. So yeah, so
Yeah.
this is you're paying somebody to stand in line for
So
you.
yeah, this is a professional line stander, and it just says averagely like 20 bucks an hour.
Ah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
I
100%.
mean, if I had nothing to do and I'm like,
oh hell yeah.
I mean, I guess I would. I mean, it also, I mean, like, I mean, I hate standing in lines for like I couldn't imagine being like for hours, but
You could just stand in line, let up some Pizza Bagel podcast, and just listen on live.
That's true.
you're not wrong. It just start from the beginning, get all the way through.
And then text Dave when you're angry about it.
yeah, like
You're
cafe.
not wrong.
Yeah, $20 an hour. I don't know. Would you do it for $20 an hour?
No.
Me either.
Probably.
Bagel?
No.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't. You're right. Yeah.
You're pretending like you
My
would, but
Judaism
You'd
makes me
hire
really
somebody to
want
do it for $10
I
an
would.
hour.
Tommy Boy's got a great idea, and he's actually factually correct. I would pay somebody else $16.50 an hour to do it, and they'd owe me $3.50 an hour.
that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, I'd find a fucking high school kid and just be like, "All right, man, you want to make a quick $15 an hour? Stand in line. That's all you got to do. You guys high, and I'll give you 2 gummies.
Yep.
Stand in that line for 6 hours. I give him 2 gummies. They're worth about $1. He pays me $30. He thinks he made out like a bandit. Joke's on you, kiddo.
Yeah. That's really funny. So, let's see. Like, yeah, I don't think I would be able to do it. That just, I don't know. It just sounds like so boring. Let's see. What else do I have here? Here's one.
Okay.
This one, I found a website that's like, they were like the weirdest jobs per state.
Okay.
And the one for Ohio was called, actually, I don't know. What do you think that like the weirdest job that you can get
In Ohio.
And also just, I mean, you're going to have to think like,
It's got to be
outside the box.
agricultural. It's got to be something agricultural because so much of Ohio is like farming. It's got to be agricultural. Like a shit sifter.
no, I mean, that would probably be like also my guess. But according to this website, Ohio's weirdest job is a bird bander. And once a year, apparently like the fish and wildlife travels out to the west sister island of Lake Erie
Yeah.
to track and like study birds, and, like herons and all that. But like when the birds are threatened, they often apparently they're vomiting on the things that they see as a threat. And apparently,
Same.
And did you know like giving the island the nickname of Vomit Island amongst the locals? Do you know anything about us having an island called Vomit Island?
We have an island?
I feel like there's something.
What the fuck?
The only thing that like I feel like that this feels slightly familiar is that like years ago, my buddy had a boat and we went out fishing in this one area, which was caught like 100 fucking fish.
Are we talking like Kelly's Island?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard anybody refer to an island around in Lake Erie as Vomit Island.
Kelly's Island would make sense because it's nothing but 20-year-old dickholes that go there and fucking fist pump.
Yeah, or
with
put in bay,
fake
yeah.
cans. Yeah, exactly. And vomit. And I remember when I was talking to Jen about going there, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy these fancy flip flops," and I was like, "Why? You're gonna be in fucking 5 inches of vomit the whole time."
Yeah,
It is Vomit Island.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking fist pump into techno music. You want a pina colada? Like, nah, dude, I just want to go home.
I'm over this.
I'm really upset about my life decisions. Is Paulie D here? Because if Paulie D's not here, I'm fucking going back to Bay Village.
Shouldn't have fucking came to Vomit Island.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like west of Kelly's Island.
So it's out there, like
It's out
like
there, but
Port
it's-
Clinton.
Did you just Google Vomit Island?
I did.
No shit.
That's what you don't pay me for.
What? The
Yeah, that's true. That's what he's
worth
here for.
Every penny. By
Yeah.
the way. All right, so here's what we should do. We should. Is there a way to get there without taking a boat?
I mean, it's near Toledo.
Do you have to take a?
I would imagine you
Are
have
we
to take a
allowed to
boat.
say ferry?
So
on
it's
the
definitely not
episode?
where the area that I was at then.
Are we allowed to say ferry?
Yeah, it's a ferry.
Yeah.
All right. So
What else would
do
you
we have
call
to
it?
take a ferry to get there?
I would imagine so.
All right. We should rent like a Jeep Wrangler, and we should have a little boys only time out to Vomit Island
On a ferry.
on
Just
on a
us
ferry,
boys.
and dress like God, in Zoolander. You remember when they all like mocha, choca, frappuccinos, yeah, jitterbug, and then we all wear like our own colors.
Apparently, it was on the show Dirty Jobs.
Oh yeah, with Mike
Oh
Rowe.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
That was a
where
great
they
show.
they named it.
So
Vomit
why is it
Island.
Vomit Island?
It was
I just
due to
told you.
large number of birds vomiting and defecating in the high trees.
Oh, so when you said dirty job, I thought maybe it was something else.
No, Mike Road.
Okay.
Dirty Jobs.
Okay.
See, there's got to be someone that's probably got to go clean it up.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's also another odd job. There's someone that's going and cleaning up all the bird vomit and shit.
How was your day, honey? God, these fucking birds just won't stop shitting. So much bird shit on Vomit Island. Like, fun times.
Gross.
Yeah. Yikes. Speaking of birds, you know that you can be an ostrich babysitter?
I mean, I would do that.
Hell yeah.
Do you have a pay in there?
$25 an hour.
Yeah.
Your only job is to make sure they don't peck at each other.
Oh.
That's it.
Do you get like a switch to like?
Yeah, you do. You do
really?
get a switch. I think they actually called it a switch, and I was like, I don't know if I should call it a switch. That's a little racist, but yeah, I'm so glad you said it. Yes, they gave you a little stick, a switch to go out and say like, hey, no pecking.
Hey,
you,
knock that shit off.
Yep, and you switch them in the neck, and then that's it.
I mean, for
You're
$25 an hour, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, I'd get so high with my switch.
Those are like they're intense.
Yeah,
yeah. You're gonna have to
They'll
be a little,
fuck you up.
You gotta be aggressive.
They're babies though.
Yeah, but like when you snap at them, they're gonna fight back.
Oh please, like I can't beat up a fucking ostrich.
Just grab him by the neck and strangle him.
Who's that? Where's my car?
I'll bring Dan and.
Oh yeah, dude, where's my car? Oh yeah, but he
yeah.
headbutts them.
Well,
He headbutts both of them.
they don't have arms.
Yeah.
Listen, they're baby ostriches. I'm gonna bring Dan and Roseanne Connor with me, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fine.
Isn't one of those canceled?
Those are my fist names. What?
Is one of those fists canceled now?
Which one?
Roseanne.
Yeah, I think is Roseanne canceled?
No, she's
Roseanne got
got a
canceled.
brand new show.
Does she really?
Yes, she does.
I thought she was.
got
Wasn't
a
she?
new show?
She's got some new talk show. She's like fighting The View, and she's starting some new twat fucking TV show of nothing but
The Fox
bitchy
News
bitches.
put out or something?
Wasn't?
Yeah, something like that.
Was she like one of the people that was like
Yeah,
throwing around like the
so
N word or whatever?
So, what she did was they brought back Roseanne, and then
I remember.
like
yeah.
had a half a season, and then she went on Twitter and apparently took a bunch of Evian and said something racist, and ABC canceled the show. But then they brought everybody back but Roseanne and called it the Connors.
Right.
And it's been on for like 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh
trash.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would never watch that. The original Roseanne, that was a great show.
okay.
Dude, you
It's
know
okay.
what? We
I've seen
have to do a fucking episode about pills and side effects. We have to.
Okay.
Because apparently Ambien, taking off this sleep medication, you're just going to hate black people on national television. She's like, I'm sleepy, and 45 minutes later, she's like, oh, these fucking N-words. Like, that's amazing, but they probably don't put that in the commercial. Where you're like, wow, you can enjoy a nice 8-hour sleep, and then you're going to hate black people out loud on television.
Your inner racist will come
You're
out.
going to throw your career away on television right after. Like, I got such a good night's sleep that I don't even care about those colors.
Like
Roseanne, I mean, Jesus.
To be fair, she was actually trying.
To be fair.
She was actually like pushing the agenda, like of like on the show.
Our Lord and Savior Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yep. Correctamundo. All right, I think we got to wrap up here. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's probably all
That's it.
really got.
Yeah.
Unless actually this one, this one you'd probably really suck at.
Okay.
You know, you could be a professional sleeper.
I would be horrible at that. And why?
It's mainly for hotels. They want you to come in and stay in like their beds.
Oh my God.
And then writing reviews that if the pillows were good or bad, if the bed's good or bad, if the blankets are good or bad, or like,
oh my God,
you're literally just getting paid to go to different hotels and sleep in them and just write like how great or shitty the bed is.
I wish that we could do like side comedy for this, so we could like do a video of me being a professional sleeper. Like I get to the hotel at 3:45 in the morning, and then at 5:15 I wake up and I'm like, those pillows were hard, and someone threw up in my blankets, and then also I think someone pooped in my pants a little bit while I was snoozing. Why is there so much sand in here? Like, I just wake up like, ugh. That'd be awesome.
That's so good.
Every single one gets like between 1 and 1.5 stars. I'm just like, ugh, sleeping here fucking sucks. It's not my unhealthy lifestyle. It's this goddamn mattress.
This place sucks.
Yeah. Boo. All right, I think I got through all mine.
Yeah, that's. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the other thing I can remember is that, like, besides like with the sleeping thing, that you could be a professional cuddler, which I'm sure you might have already heard of. But they can get up to like $100 an hour. You're literally people are just coming in for you to be like the big spoon, and just to lay there and cuddle.
Did you get more as the little spoon?
I was to say you go home and you're like, honey, let me be the little spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, hold me, and you're like, fuck off! I've been holding chicks all day.
Yeah.
Like, God.
I've been Big Spoon all fucking day. You think you can be my jetpack for once?
Yeah, exactly. Ugh, professional color, gross.
Yep.
By the way, I love the idea that your friend Hefe is going to join us.
Yeah, we talked about him popping on. He's in the schedule.
Real quick, and I know I've told you a story about this before when I said I'm here to pump when I was at Pura Vida, the restaurant Jen and I met.
Mm-hmm.
I said, fuck yeah, I'm here to pump. And she's asked if I called her a cunt.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story.
In that pump-up story. There was another time where, along the same lines, we were working a big party, and I called her El Jefe because she was running the show for the party.
Yeah.
And she thought I called her a heifer.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that didn't go well. We did not have sex that day.
Oops.
Or for many days after. Yeah. She's like, I'm like, yeah, you take care of that, El Jefe. And she's like, what the fuck did you just call me? And I'm like, Jefe. She's like, say it again. And I'm like, it's Jefe. It's Spanish for chief. And she's like,
the boss.
This is going back to Jinko.
she's like,
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
like, I thought you called me a heifer. And I'm like, that's how you think I'm getting us ready for this party? We have 55 people coming in for dinner in 10 minutes. And I'm like, hey, you big cow. You ready for this shit?
Maybe this like
Sweet.
this terrible hearing is sexually transmitted.
Yeah. Get your hooves
Between
ready.
you and your wife.
Pinch those udders because we got people coming in. All right, that's it. We're out of here.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. This is a fun episode.
Hell yeah.
This is from fucking
Suffolk. You want to drop that phone number?
Yep, that's actually what I was about to do. 440-363-0121. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Hell yeah.
And we got plenty more coming up very soon.
Fucking A.
And I think by the time
Stuff
you
to look
listen to
forward to.
this, within the next episode or two, we'll have video all up on YouTube.
Get excited.
And speaking of, I guess probably by the time you hear this, but we did find out that if you are using Google Podcasts, they are now switching over to YouTube Music, so that'll no longer be a service.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll figure it out.
You've already figured it out.
Yeah, Spotify.
Probably by now.
Use Spotify like a fucking grown-up.
All right, well, I guess that's it, right?
Holla, holla, holla with no bullshit.
440-363.
0121.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Pizza Bagels with Tony and Dave. Oh, Pizza Bagels. That's the name of this podcast. Pizza Bagels.
Do you think you can get overtime if you're a panda fluffer? Can you be like, dude, times are tough.
I didn't get into all of them.
Can I rub one more panda's dick before I go home? Because I'm trying to buy her a ring.
Right. Sure you
Can I
could.
just feather dust this other cock? He's like, all right, man.
Like, listen, I know I've already spent my 8 hours here, but I've only got through 6 out of the 10. Just let me get here one more hour. I'll get all 4 fluffed in this hour's time. I swear.
The boss is like, yeah, well, maybe we'll do that. But then your ringer goes off. It's the song from Sexual Harassment Panda from South Park. He's like, not a chance. You're fired.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, no.
Panda.
You're fired.
What if you're so good at your job that the panda keeps prematurely ejaculating?
Oh, didn't even think of
Yeah,
that.
you just fluff him so good. He's like,
Do you
and
get
you're
it?
like, oh, damn it. We didn't even get into that panda
No, it's a
puss yet.
it's a waste. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, maybe you get a bonus, but if he's just,
No, dude.
and it's now it's
Unless
just
you're
dripping down
catching
his
it in-
balls.
yeah, unless you catch it in a container and you can grab a giant
Then you shame the
panda
panda.
baster instead
Yeah.
of a turkey
You
baster.
shame him like bad panda.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'd have to edge him.
Yeah.
You'd have to edge him after that.
Do you think you probably just in case carry like one of those like like a cup that you have to like piss in for like the doctor? Like just carry one of those around just in case he prematures and just like scoop it up as it's coming out of his balls and,
And
like
then what?
rush
You
it
just
to the
have
freezer.
A cup of panda cum?
Yeah, then rush it to the-
I thought you were saying like you would just like throw it at a panda's puss.
Why would you just be throwing panda cum at panda puss?
You think you just throw panda cum in a freezer and it's going to
No,
work
you-
later?
No, you put it in the. Go on. What are you saying?
I was gonna say they added it to side dish at Panda Express.
Ugh, it's one of the sauces.
Yeah.
Tommy, you're fired.
I'll have,
Yeah, thanks.
I'll have the
Good
duck
job, you did.
sauce and the
Yeah.
cream of some yum panda. All right, that's it.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.